Neymar a tentar passar mais uma vez. Aqui é penalti. Penalti, nada a dizer.
Come on now, Neymar. In pre-season football too? Embarrassing. But if you think that was bad, wait till you see our number 9, because this one shows you that Neymar has been doing this for a long time. After beating his marker, Neymar still chose to take the easy way out and go to ground. Luckily for Corinthians, the referee was not having it and booked Neymar. We can only wonder what his teammates thought about that silly display. Could it get worse? Of course, we're only at the 8th spot, and this one will make you think, what the hell is he thinking? Because the 2013-14 season was Neymar's first season at Barcelona after he signed from Santos in Brazil. He'd already made a name for himself as a petulant man-child, but this dive was something. Literally. What was that? These types of dives make it so hard to defend the guy. But this number 7 spot destroys every chance of defending him. Because when Barcelona versus Borussia Mönchengladbach met in the Champions League back in 2016, Barcelona were favourites to win the game, so all they needed to do was play their football. But Neymar chose to act like a naughty child. All game.
Y el Borussia aparca Luis cada vez que se dejaba caer de la segunda parte. El rodillazo en el muslo del brasileño es evidente, pero la reacción de Neymar gesticula haciendo entender que Neymar ha hecho teatro. Luis Enrique se abre de brazos.
It was so embarrassing that El Chiringuito TV made a 1-minute-long compilation of all of his dives and antics in that one match. The dives worked in Barcelona's favour because it disrupted Mönchengladbach's game. We can understand that the German team, and a lot of football fans, were not happy. But that can't even compare to unhappiness for number 6, when it even makes his teammates angry. The year is 2013, and Brazil is hosting the FIFA Confederations Cup, which they won. But there is one moment from the semi-finale that's getting into our list. See, Neymar wanted to win the title for the home fans at all costs, but even for his standards, this is taking it too far. That was such an ugly dive that it made his teammates roll their eyes. And it's got us wondering, does he rehearse these dives? What do you think? Let us know in the comments. Or you can stick to the end and hear what Neymar thinks himself. At number 5, the opponents went furious. Peru defender Carlos Zambrano ripped him to shreds after the game. Honestly, he's a great player, one of the best in the world, but for me he's a real clown, Zambrano said. Because, in the game against Brazil and Peru in the South American World Cup qualifiers for the 2022 FIFA World Cup, Neymar had one of his greatest games ever. He became Brazil's second leading goal scorer in that match after a phenomenal hat-trick.
It's Everton with a through ball. Everton Ribeiro against the post, and who's waiting? Neymar! He's got a hat-trick! Two penalties and a tap-in. And Brazil have come from behind twice.
But he had to go on to embarrass himself by doing this.
Neymar under pressure, not panicking.
Why ruin your celebration game like that? There isn't even an audience in the stands. The pandemic? You remember? Carlos Zambrano continued. Neymar is aware of everything he did on the field. He's a great player, but he was looking for the slightest foul. In the penalty area, he threw himself 4 or 5 times to see if they would award him a penalty, and in the end he achieved his goal, with 2 penalties, but they weren't. We hear you, Zambrano. We hear you. But if you thought this opponent got angry, oh boy. Wait till you see what we've got for number 4. This dive did him no favours, because it turned into a full-on onslaught. Colombia were like, oh, it's like that? Alright then, let's do this, and went on to frustrate him throughout the game. Eventually, a big fight broke out with Neymar at the centre of it, and he got sent off. It cost Brazil the game too. Football karma came through in that one. But we're getting pretty close to the most embarrassing dives on our list. We're pretty sure you have an idea which dive will take the number 1 spot. But first, here's number 3. And this dive created one of the most hostile matches in recent history. It's September 2020, Paris Saint-Germain versus Olympique de Marseille, one of the biggest rivals in French football. They were playing a relatively tame match in 2020 because there were less fans at the game to stir up the usual hostile atmosphere. But then suddenly, Neymar decided to do this, and all hell broke loose.
And a free kick, and again, the PSG players remonstrating in front of the referee, Jérôme Brizard.
He did not stop diving throughout that game too. He went down at every touch. In the end, the referee gave out 5 red cards, and 3 of those were for PSG, including Neymar. This guy. But coming in at our number 2 spot, probably his most well-known dive, but also, you've probably never seen anyone with more pain than this guy. It's gone 1 week into the amazing World Cup of 2014 hosted by Brazil. The whole country is waiting for the big game against one of their rivals, Mexico. The scene is set for the beautiful game to show itself, but Neymar managed to ruin it all. Yes, we saw the stomping from the Mexican player, but no reason to roll around like that. It looks like he's breakdancing. It can't get any more embarrassing than that. Or could it? It's time for the number 1 spot. And you might have guessed it, World Cup 2018, Brazil versus Switzerland. The dive that started the global Neymar challenge that transcended even football. The thing with this moment, it's not just the dive itself, it's the amount of press and memes this dive created. Just take a look. Rumour has it that Neymar's diving caused Brazil to be punished by the football gods at the previous 2014 World Cup, which led to Germany thrashing them 7-1 at home. Okay, that was totally made up, but don't rule it out. Back to the 2018 World Cup. It got so embarrassing that Neymar himself had to apologise for it. In a Gillette-sponsored video after the World Cup, Neymar said, "I took time to accept your criticism. I took time to look at myself in the mirror and become a new man. But now I'm here, with my heart wide open. I fell, but only those who fall can get up. You can keep throwing rocks at me, or you can throw your rocks away and help me get up. Because when I do get up, buddy, the whole country gets up with me." This would have been a good redemption arc if he didn't continue embarrassing himself on the pitch. Will he ever change? Time's running out, but we'll see. But do you know what else is running out? This video. So be quick and click on this next one before it disappears. This is the Halftime Club, and we'll see you in the next one.